તો આ સાથે નેત્ર સુરક્ષામાં સીધા જઈશું. વાત કરવામાં આવે તો નેત્ર સુરક્ષાનું જે ઝુંબેશ ઉપાડવામાં આવી છે તેની વાત કરવામાં આવે.
They don't want to do it because they don't feel any symptoms just yet. Is it because of the cost involved? What are the roadblocks here?
So हम हिंदुस्तानियों को आदत है डॉक्टर के पास क्यों जाए जब तक कुछ प्रॉब्लम ना हो.
Right.
तो वैसे ही किसी आंख के डॉक्टर के पास क्यों जाए जब तक देखने में कोई प्रॉब्लम ना हो. सो हम लोग कितना भी बोलते रहेंगे पेशेंट तो तभी आएगा जब उसे कुछ प्रॉब्लम होगी. सो एक तो प्रॉब्लम हमारे संग खुद है कि जो पेशेंट्स हैं जब तक कि उनकी विजन में प्रॉब्लम नहीं होएगी, चाहे उनके डायबिटोलॉजिस्ट या फिजिशियन उनको कितनी भी दफा बोल दें वो नहीं आने वाले हैं. सो दैट इज अ लैक ऑफ अवेयरनेस आई वुड से. एंड द सेकेंड थिंग इज दैट एज वी ऑल नो एंड मैम ऑल्सो मेंशन्ड that diabetes is a multi-system disorder. It's affecting your heart, it's affecting your nerves, it's affecting kidneys. But we have BSF Jawans sitting here and we always say keep an eye on your enemy. You don't say you keep a heart on your enemy, you know. So I think out of all the organs, eye is the most important.
Yes.
You have to keep an eye on your time, you have to keep an eye on your borders, you have to keep an eye on your enemy, and the same way you have to keep an eye on the eye itself.
Yes.
So that is the most important thing, and the problem again is with both sides. It's the diabetologist and physicians not referring them because they don't realize the importance of the vision, and the patient themselves don't come to us till they don't start losing vision.
I think I couldn't have thanked Dr. Manisha on a better note. You have to keep an eye on all the important things in life, and therefore it is important to keep an eye on your eye health too, especially if you are a patient of diabetes. I would request all of you to be with me because now is the part that I wanted to, have our viewers and our audiences take a look at, because this is the one that is the practical side of the awareness campaign that we're doing with Novartis, which is the actual eye test setup. So I want to request on the other side of our setup here at the BSF War Memorial, in the beautiful run of Kutch near Bhuj, we've got our fantastic machine which is going to do these tests across the country. So we're going to take these machines to the length and breadth of the country, especially to our Jawans and their families. And we're going to make sure that they not only get their own test, but we also test the eyes and the vision of their families as well. So there's going to be thousands and thousands of tests done. So I just want to quickly request the flag off for this eye testing. Shri Sanjay Avinash, Commandant 74 Battalion BSF, has kindly graced us with his presence and he's on hand to inaugurate our eye testing. There you see it. Sir, if I can request you to please inaugurate our eye testing machine by cutting the ribbon. A big round of applause. Our eye testing machines are now formally inaugurated and we're going to conduct a couple of tests as well. Sanjay Avinashji, I request you to just speak a couple of words before we get our first test underway. If we can have someone hand over a mic to Sanjay Avinash, and our first tests are already getting underway.
This really is a great initiative by Network18 for this diabetic care, as all of you know, and we have been told here that in India over 70 million people are having this problem of diabetes. This initiative by Network18 is really going to help us, and is basically to create awareness among the people diabetes and the people who has to avoid things, how to avoid these things and how to manage your diabetes. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Shri Sanjay Avinash, Commandant 74 Battalion BSF. And with that, I now request Shri Yashveer Huda, Officiating Commandant 3rd Battalion BSF, to start doing his eye test. And the eye test for Mr. Huda is now underway. He's our very first tester as far as these machines are concerned. This is a way for us to take that message of this eye test, which barely takes a few minutes really, and is going to be of great importance to you and your family to ensure that you don't suffer from diabetic retinopathy. And we also have, okay, so that eye test is now underway. Just remember that this test takes only a few minutes but can actually prevent blindness. So it is important to understand that this is a preventative test that needs to be done every few months according to what your doctor is telling you, but do not delay it, do not procrastinate on it just because you're not having any symptoms. As the doctors on our panel have just explained, you will not feel any symptoms till it is already too late. And now, Shri Saurabh Singh, IPS, Superintendent of Police, Butch, is also getting his eye test done. Thank you so much, Saurabh Singh, for coming here and supporting this initiative. So that's the second eye test of the second edition of Netra Suraksha, India Against Diabetes, in association with Novartis. I thank Shri Sanjay Avinash, Shri Yashveer Huda and Shri Saurabh Singh one more time for kick-starting and teeing off really our eye testing as far as the second edition of Netra Suraksha India Against Diabetes in association with Novartis is concerned. And on that note, I also want to go across to my colleagues, our reporters joining us from Delhi and Bengaluru and Chennai and more cities. But first up, let's go across to Delhi.